Today we're going to be doing a tutorial for a 9-strand ribbon braid. I recently learned this braid by watching Braid in Styles 12 DIY tutorial. It absolutely blows my mind that she can do this braid on herself. This is a tutorial we made explaining how to do this braid on someone else. All credit goes to Braid in Styles 12, who we'll link in the comments below. These are examples of this braid that I've previously done. So first you're going to start by smoothing out all the hair, making sure there's no knots or tangles. Section off a section at the top of her head, like you would for a normal French or Dutch braid. Make sure it's even on both sides, and probably a chunk about this big. Then you're going to get your head to hold it. You're going to use 4 ribbons. So I just doubled mine over, so you have 4 ribbons. And you're going to bobby pin them, or attach them with a small piece of hair, right underneath your top section. Really depends on how secure it needs to be and how thick the hair is for the number of bobby pins that you use. Making sure it's secure. You have this part section off at the top, and you need to divide it into 5 equal sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now you're going to have 5 hair strands and 4 ribbon strands. So it's easy if you label them. So strand 1 is a hair strand, strand 2 is a hair strand, strand 3 and strand 4 are ribbons, strand 5 and 6 are both hair, 7 and 8 are both ribbons, and then 9 is the last hair strand. So now from one side, you're going to start on one side. You take strand 1, you bring it under strand 2. You take it over strand 3, which is a ribbon, and then under strand 4. And then you take it over strand 5, which is a ribbon. Then you take strand 6, and you take it over the first ribbon, and then under the second ribbon. And now on the other side, you repeat the process. You take strand 1, which is on the other side now, and you bring it under strand 2, bring it over strand 3, under strand 4, bring it over strand 5, and then strand 6. Strand 6 is the part that I always get confused on. You have to take strand 6, not the working strand, and you bring it over the first ribbon, and then under the second ribbon. So repeat these process going from side to side. So now you take strand 1, you bring it under strand 2, you bring it over strand 3, under strand 4, and then over strand 5. Now you take a different strand, strand 6, and you bring it over strand 7, and under strand 8. You repeat the process once again on one side, but now you get to add hair, like you would for a normal French or Dutch braid. So you add your hair on strand 1, bring strand 1 underneath strand 2, bring it over strand 3, and under strand 4. And then you can hold the first strand and the ribbon in another hand, and you bring it over strand 5. You take strand 6, you bring it over top of strand 7, underneath strand 8. And now you do it once again on the other side. Add hair, in strand 1, bring it underneath strand 2, over strand 3, under strand 4, and then over strand 5. Sometimes one of the strands can get unraveled a little bit, so all you need to do is you just need to weave it back through the ribbons so it gets to its right placement. Now you take strand 6, you bring it over strand 7, under strand 8, and then you're back to the other side. So now you once again add hair to strand 1. Take strand 1, you bring it underneath strand 2, over strand 3 and strand 4, which are both ribbons, and then over strand 5. I take strand 6, bring it over strand 7, under strand 8, and then you're once again back to the other side. It's pretty much a repeating pattern, going back and forth. So now you once again add hair to the first strand. Make sure there's no tangles and it's all smooth coming back into the head. You bring the first strand underneath the second strand. Bring it over and under the third and fourth strands. Then you bring it under, you bring it over the fifth. So here's an example where my fifth strand got pulled out a bit, so it's not exactly in its right place. So I just wove it back through, so now it's in its right placement. So you bring your first strand over your fifth strand. Now, you grab your sixth strand, bring it over and under strands number 7 and 8, and then you're once again back to the other side. So now you add your new piece of hair to the first strand. Bring strand number 1 underneath strand number 2, over and under strand 3 and 4, both ribbons. And you bring it over strand 5. Tighten it up so the ribbons stay crossed properly. Take strand 6, you bring it once again over and under your 2 ribbon strands. And we're going to do this one more time. So you add your hair to strand number 1. You bring strand number 1 under strand number 2. Bring it over strand 3, under strand 4, and then over strand number 5. Take strand number 6, bring it over and under the ribbons, and you're back to the other side. Repeat this process all the way down till you run out of hair. So now I'm pretty much out of hair. I have to stop now because the layers on the head that I'm braiding on are pretty much just popping out. So I'm just adding the remainder of my hair. I'm just going to end it into a ponytail. You get your ponytail, make sure that all the pieces and ribbons are laying flat and tight back into the ponytail, and you secure it with an elastic or a ponytail or however else you want to end your braid. So now you can either leave it as it is with the ribbons hanging down, which is pretty, or you can separate the ribbons from your hair and tie them up into a bow. I personally like just to tug onto the ends. It just makes it appear bigger. So you just go like that. Just pull loosely on the end. Make sure you don't pull too hard so the layers pop out. And makes the braid appear nice. And there you go. So here's the final look. A unique 9-strand ribbon braid inspired by Braids and Styles 12. So here's another look that I did a while ago. And here's an example. It would be if you braided it all the way down instead of ending it in a ponytail. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram at braided_to_infinity. Thanks for watching.